Y'all, it is so hot out here right now that I had a shower a couple of hours ago before I came outside, and now I feel like I've had 3 showers because I'm so wet. My clothes are just soaked, and honestly I need another shower. I don't smell near as good as I did but I kind of figured that you guys would want to know what's going on with the big greenhouse. Waiting on the inspector to come now and look at it, but I got in here yesterday and started tilling, and where the skid steer came in here, or came to this place here before they put the greenhouse up and leveled it up, it kind of packed it down. It packed the soil. Not to mention the soil was already not tillable, and it gets no rain on the inside of this greenhouse here. That just means that the ground here is super hard inside this greenhouse, and you wonder how I'm going to plant in this hard soil. So the first thing that I've got to do is get it tilled, and get it tilled at least 6 to 7 inch deep, and then I'm going to put a load of compost in here to amend the soil, and then I'm going to till that in before I cover it with the ground cover. Now once I get it covered with the ground cover, I'll be putting in the drip irrigation, which will keep the soil moist. But right now, I got to get it tilled, and how I'm going to do that, yeah, I went and bought a sprinkler. I'm literally raining inside here because otherwise it's not going to be tillable. So what I've got to do is get this ground soaked with this sprinkler here, and then come back right behind that and start tilling it. Once I get it tilled 6 to 7 inches deep, which is what my tiller will do, then is when I can put the compost in here. But right now I can't do anything because I can't till hard earth like this. It sounded like I was trying to break through concrete. So let's take a look at how it's doing right this minute. Whew. You know, that sprinkler kind of feels good. I just went to the Dollar General and got one from the Dollar General, just a old cheapo sprinkler, and got it working in here. But you can see, let me let it go around. It's barely got any of it. When I take my foot and rub, it's only the top layer that actually has any water right now. So once we get, we're just gonna have to let it soak for a while. Just let it sprinkle, let it get totally wet, soak down a little bit, because honestly, it's so hot in here that it almost dries by the time it comes around again. It's finally starting to turn dark. You can see where the light is up there. So once I get this section done, I still got to do that section over there and over here next to the door. Hopefully it won't dry before I can get in here and get it tilled. So let's see how this works. I may have to go get more sprinklers and put them end to end and do it all at the same time, or I may have to do it when the sun goes down and it's not as hot out here. I really don't know at this time what it's going to take. But you can see over at the door, the dark area over there is where it rained really hard yesterday, and some of it did seep into the door and some of it seeped into this area here. This is tillable. Over here, some seeped. Now, before I start to plant in here, I will have to dig a drainage ditch in those areas where it is coming up under the greenhouse to turn the water away so that I can control the amount of water that is in here. which is okay. It won't take anything to be able to do that. I've just got to get it done. Once I see where the water is coming in, and I pretty much see that, so I will get that fixed. But right now, I need this tillable. So when I start to till, I'll show you how that looks, and we'll see if it's tillable. Also, in a few minutes, there will be an 18-wheeler show up, and it's got the new Shadecloth on there. So as soon as they call and say that they are a few minutes out, we'll get the tractor with the forks. We'll go down to the end of the driveway because he can't get up in here with an 18-wheeler. We'll get that Shadecloth and get it here to the house. Roberto is coming Monday, and he will put the Shadecloth on the greenhouse, and that will help a lot as far as temperature and moisture control. So let's get this day started. It's hot out here. I got sweat in my eyes. All right, he's bringing the tractor with the pallet forks on so that we can get the Shadecloth loaded. He's so silly. Mr. Tony there trying to help me out. So we're going to park the tractor down here onto the roadway so that the truck driver, because he's coming on a semi, so the truck driver needs to see the blue tractor there, and he'll know exactly where to come to. There he comes. Putting his flashers on. You might can back up the tractor a little bit. Yeah. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Yeah. He's perfect. Good driver. I actually had to go in the house and cool down because even on the tractor in here, it's very hot. You can see now that I've got it tilled up in here. So now it's good and deep. So now is the point where I lay the ground cover and the drip irrigation. Now, they are coming in 2 days to inspect and make sure that everything's good. Of course, Roberto is coming to put on the shade cloth, and that's going to help the temperature in here a bunch. I've got fans ordered for it, and yeah, we are about to be cooking with gas, so to speak. I'm ready to get the ground cover down, put in the drip irrigation, burn some holes, and get some vegetables in this ground. Of course, I'm going to run the drip irrigation with fertilizer in it for a little bit before I get anything planted, and that gives me time to get some seedlings started in my little greenhouse so that I can transplant them over here. But y'all, it's coming together. Now, with it being a grant and everything being done basically in a certain order, is there any work involved? Of course. Of course there's work involved. Y'all, so I'm about fried, dyed, and laid to the side. There's a lot of work. I have put in a lot of work. Now, yes, it all happened in the last couple of weeks since we've been putting it up, but there's a lot of behind the scenes work that you don't really realize goes on. You think, okay, get the greenhouse here, somebody else puts it up. All right, so now they'll come and inspect it, and it's up. We'll get the shade cloth put on. But y'all, there's specifications, there's planning, there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff. There's tilling the ground in there. There's putting the implements on the tractor. There is cleaning up extra and excess materials that was on the ground. There is going to be laying that ground cover, burning holes in it, planning the drip irrigation to specs, and buying the materials and getting them here, and then putting those down and putting it together, starting the process of fertilizing the ground. There's a lot of work that goes into a greenhouse, regardless of how it gets here. But I am working on it, and it's hot out here. I am thinking at this point, since I've got it tilled, got it going my way in there, the next thing I need to do is I'm about to go in the house and order the drip irrigation and get it here so that when it does get here, when the ground cover is down next week, the drip irrigation parts will be here, and it will be simply laying the drip irrigation, getting the rows lined up, and then burning the holes in there and letting the fertilizer get into the soil. So hopefully by next weekend, I will have fertilized soil in the perfect world. Now, does it always work like that? Yeah, you can see I am red. My hair is glued to my head, y'all. It's so hot. It is so hot, y'all. And this is after canning tomatoes, making pickles, making peppers, getting a lot of inside work done as well this morning. Now I'm working on the greenhouse. So I think I'm fixing to knock it off for the day. It is 2:30. So I'm going to go make a final round at the barn, take care of some animals, get them taken care of for the day. And then I think I'm going to the lake and I'm going to go fishing with Mr. Tony. All right, y'all. 2 days later, inspection has happened and here we are. Roberto has been here. The new Shadecloth is up there. Can y'all see that? So on the inside also, ground cover is down pretty much. I still have to come back and tack it down all the way. It's just tacked on the ends right now, but it's down and no big wind can get to it when I let those doors down, so it will be just fine. Shadecloth is on the top, and boy does it make a difference in here. Look at this. We are ready to burn holes, put down some drip irrigation. You can see where I've been working out here. I got the pathway here on top of this terrace where it's high to where it will drain down away from the greenhouse. So I've been doing a little bit of tractor work right there. But what I wanted you to see was how beautiful, just how beautiful they have got this. So I would say that we are on our way to planting vegetables in this greenhouse. I am so pleased, y'all. I just don't even, I can't put it into words. This is truly just a dream of mine. So where do we go from here? Up there, I'm going to run some different pipes long ways over the rows that I want to trellis, and I will basically, I'm going to be trellising. I'm going to be trellising up. And you can see that there are, let's see if I can show you, that there are some supports up there, if you can see those. And I'm going to be running some more pipes long ways on those big supports up there. And I will be able to trellis on those. I have an idea of how I'm going to do it, and I've seen it done in some YouTube videos. I'm just excited and anxious to get started. It is going to be fantastic, y'all. Like I said, it's just a dream. I cannot believe that I'm at this point. Now, I talked to the inspector this morning, and of course we passed with flying colors, but she told me that I was going to be her first person that has ever gotten the entire project completed in 2 months' time. Not even, I mean, it's only been a month, you know, and that's including the shipment of the materials, getting all the paperwork completed, but she told me I will be the first. So I told her that it had to be the ADHD. Y'all, I've never been diagnosed, but I can tell you this. I'm a go-getter. If I can ever say anything about myself to tell anybody who I am, it would be I'm going to be a go-getter. I'm definitely going to get a project completed. So now we're at this point. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go in the house I'm going to make sure that I have the seeds that I need to plant. The drip irrigation is on its way. I just got notification that it has shipped, so as soon as it gets here, I will start laying that. And I'm going to start those seeds. Y'all farm on.